I've never understood the appeal of the Sharknado movies. Prior to watching Sharknado 5, I'd seen the second one, and I hated it. I thought it was unfunny, it was dumb, and it was insulting to the intelligence of the viewer. In Big Shot, I basically thought the same about Sharknado 5, Global Swarming.
Sharks. Why is it always got to be sharks?
From what I can understand about the passage of time, it's been a little while since the events of the fourth film. Apparently, April and Finn, played by Tara Reid and Ian Ziering, have a child, and also April can fly. Because why not? And Nova, played by Casey Scarbo, is part of a global agency of women who want to end sharks as a species. And Nova has also found an artifact that can make Sharknadoes. Because this is reality for the next hour and a half.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I often hear the argument that these films are so bad that they're actually good. And I have disagreed with that since the very beginning. I've seen movies that are so bad that they're good. You could argue that Valerian is a film that's so bad that it's actually really, really good. A lot of the Sandler films, like Grown Ups, are pretty bad, but they're actually good. This isn't even so bad that it's good. It's just infuriating. This movie was the icing on the cake of terrible. From the first minute, I was just sitting there angry. I mean, in the first minute, they decide to have this very weird Indiana Jones homage with the opening title sequence and all the stuff with Nova finding this artifact, and then Finn gets a whip, and I knew we were off to a really bad start when they were trying to do that. And then the weird parodies kept going. They thought, here, let's have a sequence where they're at MI6 and there's a Q-type character giving these very, very weird weapons to Finn to fight the Sharknado. Then there was weird Tara Reid's a robot, which admittedly, that is kind of funny, solely in the fact that the running joke, from what I understand, is that Tara Reid reads everything like a robot. So I guess it's a little bit clever that Tara Reid was a robot. When I look at a movie like this, I look for it to at least have a good sense of humor. And the problem I have is that there's been one joke in all of the Sharknado movies. And it's, here's this celebrity who decided to cameo in the film. And they're annoying, or they're spewing exposition. And then they get their head eaten off. And that's the one joke through the entire thing. And that's beyond evident here. Tony Hawk cameos, and he gets 2 seconds of having a good, trying to have a fun action sequence. Then he gets eaten. Then there's an Olympic swimmer who's like, I'm gonna dive in the water and outswim the sharks. And he dives into a shark. That's so funny! But it's not. It's not funny. The problem I have is that people try and say, oh, it's not meant to be taken seriously. It's not trying to be serious. It knows what it is. But then they add these stupid dramatic moments between Nova and Finn, or April and Finn, and I'm sitting there and the problem is everybody besides Tara Reid in their dramatic moments are putting in some semblance of effort. The one closest thing to a bright spot is the character Nova, because Casey Scarbo is actually trying. She's trying to do a good job, and she's not succeeding, but she's trying. And in a movie that I'm not supposed to be taken seriously, I don't need the actors to try. So I don't understand the argument there. Because if it's not meant to be taken seriously, don't even have this narrative, the side plots with the son, and this will they, won't they nonsense with Nova and Finn. Just go all the way. And they can't do that. They don't try and just go all the way with the goofy. They try these very weird dramatic moments that don't work. Oh, by the way, in my notes, I have it written more than once, I hate Tara Reid. As I mentioned, the one joke about cameo character gets eaten is another problem I have with this film, in that the cameos don't do anything, they don't add anything, they're stupid. That Olympic swimmer, that was dumb. Al Roker, again. Just, I know people like Al Roker, but Al, buddy, what are you doing in these? Just stop encouraging this. I know you're a Today Show anchor, and that's not exactly like a high level of celebrity, but don't stop encouraging these. Just stop it. No. And there was product placement with Xfinity that literally had me almost bashing my head against a wall. There's this scene where the Sharknadoes they're starting to happen, and Finn's older son's somewhere in a desert in America, and they're like, we need to find out what's happening. Let's check the news on the Xfinity Stream TV app. And that is fitting for a movie that's trying to not to take itself seriously. But God, it was dumb. Just stop. Just stop before it's too late and we kill all the brain cells.
That's a huge shark.
That's no shark.
That is Sharkzilla.
There is nothing to be praised in Sharknado 5. It's horrible, it's unfunny, it's unoriginal, and it is by far the worst thing on television. Here's hoping Sci-Fi stops making these. 0 out of 5. Hopefully this was a little bit funnier than the movie is. I know this was a little different, but I just needed to get this off my chest. Jesus, I hate these. Thanks for watching.